Hey, don't do that now. Don't do that now. Listen, it's another day and another dollar, but it's another day to praise God. Matter of fact, it's another Wednesday to praise God. Listen, man. When I got up that morning, right, well, before I went to sleep last night, I said my prayer. I had a few things in my mind, and I went to sleep, and I woke up around like 3 o'clock, and God just spoke to my spirit. He said, "More, you ain't really got nothing to be worried about." You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing to be tripping about because I done put you in certain rooms that you never thought you would be in. I done put you in certain rooms that a lot of people never walk in. So you got a lot of stuff to be grateful for because you don't accomplish a lot of things in life. You know what I'm saying? Mine is, running the streets. And I had to understand, I said, dang, man, it's crazy because I didn't think I was going to make it out my situation. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never think I was gonna make it from running the streets on Asheville. I ain't never think I was gonna make it out of it. And I thank God each and every day because it's a lot of days that my mama didn't get no sleep because she was worrying about where I was at. You know what I'm saying? So when I get on the phone and I talk to my mama, I always tell her, I love you, mama, and I appreciate everything that you done for me, and I apologize for the nights you had to stay up worrying about me because you worrying about where I was at and what I was doing, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta understand we hurt people too. So when you get up in the morning, you say your prayer, you thank God for everything, man. Walk out that house, but think about all the people that love you. You know what I'm saying? We be around 1,000 people in the streets, but at the end of the day, your mama is really, your mama and your father, if they're around, they gonna love you unconditional, right or wrong. You get what I'm saying? When everything fall off, when everything gone, you go to jail, whatever, your mama or your father's gonna be there, or your grandma, they gonna be there. So you gotta make sure you love these people. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of the young people don't like to listen to older people, but listen, you gotta listen to older people because they got wisdom, dog. Older people can teach you something. Now, with the technology and all this stuff, that might be a little different, but older people can teach you something, especially if they don't lived it already. You get what I'm saying? And my mother had to raise 9 kids by herself, so you can understand, like, that ain't easy. That ain't easy. That ain't easy raising 9 kids by herself. That ain't easy. So I got a lot of stuff to be thankful for, and you got a lot of stuff to be thankful for. We just gotta know how to like block out all that negative stuff being in our head, bro. You get what I'm saying? Because get what? We got everything we need. We got everything we need, dog. We just gotta learn how to take what we got and run with it. And stop looking at everybody else, looking what everybody else got, and be thankful for the things that God blessed us with. Because think about this, right? Think about how many times you don't went through certain things and you made it through. And the reason why you made it through, because guess what? You listen to this video right now, so you made it through. Think about how many times you were hurting and you like, man, I need some money. I ain't gonna make it through. I'm on these drugs. I'm in the streets. I'm stealing. I'm doing whatever I'm doing. I don't know if I can make it through because I keep doing it. I keep making the same mistakes. But making it through. So a lot of y'all don't believe God love you. God love you, dog. Because get what? When you get to a certain point of your life, when it get hard, you gotta know how to pray, dog. And that's what got me out of all my situation. I prayed. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was in truck spots and stuff, I prayed, dog. And that what got me to where I am now. You know what I'm saying? I prayed. And a lot of people be scared to share your past with people, bro. I'm not scared to share my past with people. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I ran the streets. Yeah, I made fast money. Yeah, I did certain things, but I'm not scared to share that because guess what? That's gonna help somebody. It's supposed to help somebody. A lot of y'all be like, man, oh, did they figure out that? Did they figure out that? Who cares, bro? If you're a different person now than who you was back in the day, why should it matter? Why should it matter? Why you gotta hide everything? Hey, guess what? By you knowing my story, you gonna know not to go through what I went through. You get what I'm saying? By me in and out of jail, you gonna know not to in and out of jail, how I in and out of jail. You get what I'm saying? You gonna know how to not do that when you hear my story, bro. And that what my being built off for. That what Pain and Temporary built off for. When I share my story and you hear my story, it should help you. If you're going through the similar situation, you get what I'm saying? That what Pain is Temporary LLC for, bro. It's to share my story and to share a story with you to help you, bro. You know what I'm saying? The story that God gave me, he used me to put it in the world, bro. That's what God gave me that being for. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? On the earth, we all gonna go through some things, bro. You might go through some things, you might not even think you can make it to the next day. But you gotta know how to pray, bro, and ask God for strength, bro. You get what I'm saying? When my little brother got hit by that lady and he fell on his head and he died, bro. Watching my brother on that ground, bro, I was only 15 years old. I didn't know all that was gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? I just told Mom Duke that I was gonna go down the street and watch him because he wanted to play with he liked hanging with the girls and everything. He went there with 12. He wanted to go hanging with the girls, and we used to play basketball in the street. So I told my mom I'd go down there and I'd watch him. You know what I'm saying? Because I was always the oldest son out of her 6 boys. It was six boys, 3 girls. I was always the oldest son, so I had to always watch over my little brother. My mama always made me watch over my little brother then. So he wanted to go down the street, and he wanted to play with the girls and play basketball in the street. So I was like, I'll go. So as me pulling up the net on the goal, he asked me, he said, can I go to the store on Metropolitan? I was like, no, bro, just wait for me. Let me put these nets up on the goal. You know what I'm saying? We finna get ready to run the game. Hold on. So I'm pulling the nets up on the goal. The dude hit me with the screws. I'm putting the net up. My little brother done walked off. You know what I mean? He just walked off with the girls. And it happened so quick, blink of an eye, bro. It happened so quick. So I look around, I don't even see my brother, but as me looking around, I hear a car. Like, you hear a car say, skirt. So I hear that. I'm looking around like, boom. And when I heard that, I took off, you get what I'm saying? I took off running towards the end of the street on Metropolitan. And my little brother was laying there, bro. So when the car hit him, he flipped up in the air and he flipped on his head. You get what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it is, he was trying to go cross the street and he ran back. You know what I'm saying? But when he ran back, she like hit the curve a little bit and he flipped up in the air and fell on their head. But I knew something wrong because when I heard the car say, skirt, I seen the girl running down the street. And one of the girls I used to talk to, she used to be one of my little girlfriends. It was like 5 of them. She running down the street and she was like, more. And I just dropped my head down. I just started running to the end of the street. But when I seen them, bro, it was bad, bro. It was bad, bro. So the old dude was right there. I said, bro, I gotta go get I gotta run to the house and get my mama. So the house was probably like 3-4 minutes around the corner. So I run to the house, get my mama, and the only song I heard, bro, when I ran to the house to get my mama, I would listen to Thor Holiday. I wouldn't listen to Thor Holiday, but I heard Thor Holiday. Somebody was playing Thor Holiday real loud, bro. And that's the only song I heard, like, with all this stuff going on, I heard Thor Holiday. And I went to the house and got my mama. And I passed out on the floor, bro. I said Dominique got hit and I passed out on the floor. That's the only thing I remember. But that whole weekend, he got hit on my little brother's birthday named Randy. But this the thing, right? My mom was at the hospital 3 days, bro. 2 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with no sleep. And when she got to the house, I seen it in her face. I said, man, my little brother done died, bro. I seen it, bro. I seen it, bro. I said my little brother done died, bro. And it's a purpose behind my book. It's a purpose behind my business, bro. It's a purpose behind pain is temporary. And I want y'all to understand that when y'all see me. Sometimes I might post a video to make y'all laugh and whatever. Try not to keep it too sad. But I want y'all to gravitate to what I got going on. I want y'all to share my story, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to go get that book, bro. Y'all support me, help me get my story right here because get what? It's a lot of people out here that going through stuff. It's a lot of people out here that hurt. It's a lot of people out here that losing kids, bro, and barely can make it through. You know what I'm saying? So y'all share my story, bro. Share my story, bro. But I love my mother to death. She's 63 right now. I love her to death, bro. I love her to death. And, you know, I was grieving. I was going through a lot of stuff, you know, and I didn't know what grief was till I got older. But God, you know, blessed me with a daughter. You know what I'm saying? She 8. Her name Morel. She, you know, God blessed me with her. And I named her after my little brother. So my little brother name was Dominique. Her middle name is Dominique. And it's a great thing, bro. And I love God to death, bro. I love God to death because get what? God used your testimony, your story, bro. He turned your pain into a purpose, dog. You get what I'm saying? He turned your pain into a purpose, dog. So it's a purpose for y'all life right now. If you still living, bro, and you got a story, bro, it's a purpose. You ain't here for no reason. You here for a reason, bro. Think about all the people that died along the way. You know what I'm saying? Think about how many partners I done lost. Everybody I grew up with, majority of them I grew up with, it dead and gone. So if you're here for a reason, it's a purpose for your life. Walk like it, bro. Go out there though with a purpose, bro. Don't go out there though doing stuff you ain't got no business doing. Don't go out there though angry with everybody, knowing you probably finna lose your life or go to jail. Walk out there though with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to you don't want to be on that earth and leave and you ain't did nothing. Nobody even notice you because you haven't accomplished nothing. Use your story, bro. Like I use my story, bro. And if you want to write in the books, tap in with me. You get what I'm saying? If y'all have any stories y'all want me to share, tap in with me. Pain is temporary, but it's also necessary. I love y'all.